By the second round, it was already over. I went back to my corner and set it straight. I'm stronger than him. Once I felt that, everything changed. It gave me even more confidence, and from that moment on, there was no doubt. Boxing pros are now slamming Teofimo Lopez after his robbery rant. Teofimo continues to insist that the judges and even the referee were working against him, claiming the fight was stolen. But anyone who watched it live knows the truth. Shakur Stevenson controlled every single round, punished him in every exchange, and exposed every flaw. Teofimo's excuses only made him look desperate and fragile. Fans and experts couldn't stop mocking his endless attempts to justify a performance that was outclassed from start to finish.
Did he win the fight? And I was very convinced, but Teo, like I said, he's a great fighter, and it's just the way that he did it, the ease. You know, he's going into the 12th round and said to Bud, he could do 40 rounds. You know, like that's what you get with dedication and the work ethic that Shakur.
Shawn Porter slams Teofimo Lopez's fight tactics. Teofimo spent most of the bout retreating, desperately trying to create space and avoid Shakur's firepower. Every time he tried to step forward, it backfired, leaving him exposed and off balance. He couldn't handle the pressure and kept pulling away, blaming missed shots instead of adjusting. Fans and fighters alike watched him unravel, proving that the robbery complaints were nothing more than a weak excuse for being completely outworked.
He was running away. He was trying to get distance. Then he was trying to step in to win this athletic competition, and then he's trying to get out of the way so that he doesn't get hurt again. I mean, he was fighting. Then it turns to where he can't stay away anymore. So now he's got to...
Andre Ward makes it painfully clear that Teofimo Lopez was totally outclassed. Teofimo entered the ring projecting confidence, but every move was met with sharp, precise counters from Shakur Stevenson. What he called a game plan looked more like confusion, barely landing anything clean. Fans and analysts watched him get dismantled round after round, and his later excuses about timing or past opponents only made the loss more embarrassing.
That boy is brilliant. Understand who he beat. He beat Teofimo Lopez, who, yes, has had his issues. I think we see that against Cambosos and to an extent against Sandor Martin. But Teofimo Lopez was recognized by everyone as the best 140-pounder. Shakur Stevenson, in his first fight in the division, has gone to fight the best, and it's a shutout. It's a shutout. There wasn't a mark on him. Like, Teo barely landed a glove.
Max Kellerman doesn't hold back while breaking down Teofimo Lopez's complete lack of strategy. Every move Teofimo attempted was predictable, sloppy, and easily countered by Shakur Stevenson. Like a chess player who forgot the rules, Teofimo failed to control the center of the ring, leaving himself vulnerable every round. His so-called tactics look more like desperation, proving once again that excuses don't win fights.
There's a difference between strategy and tactics, okay? Let's start with chess. In chess, in the opening of the game, you must control the center of the board.
Right.
Okay, like if you place a knight in the center, it can hit 8 squares. In the corner, it can hit 2. Where you have to fight for control of the center, because strategically, that's your strategy. Fight for control of the center, control the board. Now, tactics are like punches, okay?
Yes.
Tactics are, I do this, he does this, I do this, he does this, I land a punch, I get a pawn, I win a piece, okay?
Shakur fired back with no filter, exposing Teofimo's excuses as nothing but smoke and mirrors. All the leaked audio, conspiracy theories, and talk about referees couldn't hide the truth. Teofimo simply wasn't good enough. Round after round, Shakur dominated effortlessly, leaving fans and experts shaking their heads. Teofimo tried to rewrite the story, but reality is unforgiving. He was dismantled, and no amount of complaining can change that.
The beef is over. The beef is over.
We squashed it.
We squashed it.
Okay, man. God damn, so we done. But it was a hell of a night. Teo, he came and tried to do his best, but his best wasn't enough.
The fight breakdown breaks it down brutally. Teofimo couldn't find a single way to get to Shakur. Every attempt was blocked, smothered, or anticipated. The jab was a wall, cutting off the ring, and even his footwork completely fell apart. Instead of moving intelligently, he kept stepping into Shakur's traps. It was an orthodox versus southpaw masterclass, and Teofimo looked lost, proving his so-called strategy never existed. Fans saw the panic, experts saw the skill gap, and Teofimo's excuses couldn't hide the embarrassment.
He was having real trouble getting to Shakur Stevens. He could not get past the lead hand. The jab was stifling him. He was having trouble cutting the ring. He was having trouble getting to the outside foot. This was an orthodox southpaw matchup where Teofimo needed to step to his left to try to push the lead hand away, or at least get head off center line if he wanted to throw his right hand. Instead, he was doing the opposite, and
Keyshawn Davis couldn't hide his disbelief backstage. Teofimo was getting picked apart like a beginner. Every round was controlled, every punch anticipated, every attempt to respond failed. This wasn't competitive, it was a showcase of Shakur's brilliance and Teofimo's inability to adjust. While Teofimo complains about judges and unfair calls, fans and experts witnessed a complete domination. The truth is simple. He was exposed. Calling it a robbery only shrinks him further. Shakur didn't just win, he humiliated him. And now the boxing world is buzzing about what's next, while Teofimo's excuses fade away.
Bro, I'm just going crazy. Like, oh, he beat him up. It's easy work. Like, he's beating Teo up. Like, it's not even a close fight, you know what I'm saying? So, I was just happy for him. Super happy for him.
Man, he called out Conor Ben. You guys both trying to maybe co-main and main event in the UK with all these UK guys?
Hey, man, how big this event was, bro. Like, I ain't tripping. Let's do it.
There's no sugarcoating it. Teofimo's strength couldn't save him. Shakur bullied him from start to finish, outboxing him on every level, landing clean shots while Teofimo stumbled over his own feet. The combinations, the counters, and Shakur's sheer intelligence made Teofimo look amateurish. This wasn't just a loss, it was a demolition. Every plan Teofimo had collapsed, giving critics even more reason to question whether he belongs at the elite level.
He's a big, strong guy, and Shakur just bullied him. Outboxed him on the back foot, outboxed him on the front foot. Every time Teo came in and kind of tripped himself, going over his front foot, the punches and bunches and just the single shots were just beautiful from Shakur Stevens.
Timothy Bradley Jr. made it crystal clear. Shakur's precision and timing left Teofimo scrambling. Every offensive attempt was instantly countered, leaving him frustrated and exposed. He couldn't outthink, outmaneuver, or land anything meaningful. Shakur dictated the pace, forcing Teofimo into panic mode round after round. Fans and pros watched as the robbery narrative completely fell apart under this level of dominance.
Our Shakur hits hard enough. You don't. But if he stayed consistent on Teo's ass, because what we say, Teo, right? We gonna make him answer some questions, right? That's what we gonna do. Shakur gonna make him ask some questions. Like, he gonna have to answer quickly because he can't outthink Shakur, right? Yeah. Out of position, bang, got kept. Shoot his jab, bam, got hit again. Right hand, bam. Everything he did, he got countered. Everything he did, he got countered.
Paulie Malignaggi highlighted Shakur's mental edge, and it's brutal for Teofimo. Shakur's boxing IQ was on another level. Once he's locked in, there was no escape. Teofimo's claims of unfair treatment crumble when compared to Shakur's brilliance. This wasn't just physical, it was a chess match where Teofimo was outplayed at every move. Experts agree that no excuse can hide being completely outclassed by a fighter operating on a different level.
Future guys, young guys and amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful. You heard his father say in the corner, what happened to your fast hands? That shit didn't work, man.
Claressa Shields couldn't hide her amazement at Shakur's mastery, and it only magnified Teofimo's failure. The jab, the bodywork, the tactics,
All of it destroyed any illusion of competitiveness. Teofimo looked lost, unable to adjust or land anything meaningful. While he talks about robbery and bias, the tape tells a brutal story. He was dominated from bell to bell. Fans saw Shakur's controlled violence, making Teofimo's complaints sound hollow and desperate.
I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is a stoppage. I can't ask for nothing else.
Daniel Jacobs laid it out plainly. Shakur delivered a clinic, and Teofimo's excuses can't mask the truth. Every jab and combination exposed the massive gap in skill, strategy, and execution. Teofimo's so-called toughness meant nothing against Shakur's superior ability. This wasn't close, it was a masterclass. Fans and critics aren't buying the robbery talk. He wasn't cheated, he was outclassed in every measurable way, and the boxing world witnessed the difference between hype and reality.
Teofimo is my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur, and I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk, been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set, and that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit, it wasn't about heart, it was about sheer talent, and Shakur displayed it.
Eddie Hearn summed it up perfectly. Shakur didn't just win, he dominated. His punches landed clean, his jab was surgical, his footwork made Teofimo chase shadows. Timing, conditioning, and intelligence came together in a perfect storm Teofimo couldn't survive. While Teofimo blames judges and referees, the footage tells the real story. Shakur controlled every second, every angle, every exchange. This wasn't just physical, it was mental destruction. Fans and analysts watched Teofimo unravel, outmatched and full of excuses. Tonight, Shakur reminded everyone why he's the complete package.
Shakur looked strong, Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point, his footwork was incredible. It's his timing, it's his fitness. He's a complete...
Coach Wallace's excitement says it all, because this wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Shakur cemented his legacy with total authority. Every jab, every counter, every movement showed absolute control. Teofimo looked frustrated and confused, and his robbery talk collapsed once you watched Shakur's ring IQ on display. This wasn't luck, it was preparation meeting brilliance. Teofimo may talk power and strategy, but the reality is clear. He was outworked, outthought, and outclassed at every level.
Man, I'm very excited. I said this was another legacy fight for him, and
Absolutely.
He got a chance to, establish his legacy once again, winning another title at 140 pounds. So I'm very enthusiastic about his future and very proud of his performance.
Bruce Carrington broke it down perfectly. Shakur made it look effortless, while Teofimo's inability to adapt was painfully obvious. Every time he stepped in, he left himself open, mistimed his right hand, and fell into predictable patterns. Shakur's counters turned Teofimo's attacks into opportunities for domination. Fans could see how out of control he was. The robbery talk meant nothing against the reality of Shakur's skill. From the opening bell, it was clear who was in charge.
He made it easy. I was saying, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. That's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. And Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him. Shakur